Usually I have some idea of what to draw. So I thought I would do, I really don't know. I'll do a self-portrait of me not knowing what to draw. Yeah, so I've been working digitally a lot lately on new techniques that I've picked up from actually doing my illustrations here on the live streams. I've done a lot more physical coloring. Um, with the colored pencils, which, oh, hey, Adventures. Good, how are you doing? My long, my crazy long, my hair's gotten so long, actually. I have, oh, nice. I, nice either way. Do you mean the musical? Sure. Give me a character and I will look them up and then draw them. Man, is it? It's not Hamilton, I don't think. I think it's the other Alexander. Eliza Schuyler. All right, I'm looking him up. So there was recently, like in the last like 10 years, I believe, but maybe a little bit longer before that. Wait, Eliza Schuler, maybe? Yeah. Um, they found that there was these dueling pistols. Was it Burr that used the dueling pistols? Anyway, and they found that one of them had a trick trigger that would fire really fast. Oh my gosh, my desk just fell down. I fixed it. And okay, look at this. Look at this lady. Oh, we have like, looks like we have legit photographs of her. What is this from? The fandom. Okay, I'm gonna do her. There's like a famous portrait of her as an older woman. Let's do that. Yeah, yeah. And so they found that there was like these family dueling pistols that are passed down from generation to generation. And one of them was, uh, what's it called? Like gimmicked so that it would go off faster than the other. It would fire at basically at a hair trigger. And then I think the guy whose pistol it was still ended up dying in a duel. So, like, what are you gonna do? Even cheaters don't win, apparently. Man, American history, like some of it feels kind of well, it's short, right? So like that's part of what can make it feel so boring. It might have been Hamilton. I haven't looked this up in quite a long time. Certainly not since the musical got popular. I have not seen the musical. Would love to, and I don't live that far from New York now, so maybe I'll put myself on the lottery, um, so that I might be able to go. Actually, I should definitely do that. I was on the lottery for some show for a while, but I never got in. Oh no, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. Yeah, how hard? How were they old? I hope so. Are these osprey feathers probably? Like these big, loose, like, white feathered hats. Okay, big forehead. It's normal. Yeah, so American history, like you don't get taught. I went to American school, And you don't get taught a ton of good American history. You get taught a lot of like European focused history, which I think makes sense in some contexts. Yeah, losing a pet is- can be like losing a member of the family. It's a lot of grief. This portrait of her, she has this like smirk. I like it. Yeah, so I always thought I was better at physical media than I was digitally, but I've never stopped practicing digitally because I don't want to leave any tools by the wayside. If I think they might be good for me, they might be useful for me. I am drawing uh, Elizer's Schuler from the Hamilton musical. Well, this is a portrait of her from real life history, but she is a character also in the musical of Hamilton. And thank you for saying. Okay, now this back shoulder, she's turned so that, she's turned like this. And I oft struggle with that. So let me make sure we get the neck in. And then I'm just going to draw the box that's that'll help me make sure she stays turned. And that'll be where her shoulders go. And now probably needs to be a little longer. And now that'll help me make sure she stays turned. And basically, you can drop this down, and that'll be like the plane of her chest. It will actually go out a little bit because people are not square boxes, but we can use that as a guide to make sure we get her clothes sitting correctly. And so then that'll be her middle. She has a nice big bow here. This looks like the portrait I'm going off of looks like it's in the Rococo style, although it's not like Rococo themed, so I'm not 100%. Oh, fun facts. I'm excited. I am a huge fan of fun facts. Fun fact, we actually are going to, Oddfud and I are going to trivia not tomorrow, but a week from next Thursday. We we did trivia where we used to live, and we made it to the championship, but we didn't get to compete because we had to work. They like changed when it was. Oh, cool. I was in chorus, but Oddfud did orchestra and a couple of other different. She also did like a fiddle, a fiddle club. I didn't play music instruments until after school. Okay, this is like the frill, I don't think it's lace, but it's like a frill. We'll grab that. We'll make sure this goes over the shoulder, and then the shoulder will end where the neck is. There we go. Oh, nice. I like a lot of the non-standard instruments. I listen to a lot of I think her bow is low. I think I did her an injustice. So I'm just gonna pick the whole thing up a little bit. I did try to learn and learned a little bit, but I stopped because I was young and I don't think I wanted to do it really. Flute. So I played flute for like 6 months, and I played like percussion for a little bit less than 6 months. Oh yeah. Oh neat. Okay, I have an embarrassing story about Lion King, but I will tell it because it's better to be embarrassed and everyone can learn something than to pretend nothing bad ever happens to you or you don't do anything dumb. So one dumb thing I did was like Hakuna Matata, right? I think that is what is Hakuna Matata? I mean, I know it means no worries. I remember the song. For the rest of your days, it's a problem free. But it is I cannot think of the language that it is meant to be, or that it is. I said meant to be. Jesus. I'm doing the same thing again. Anyway, so I was singing a song from The Lion King, and I was trying to write it out, and I was trying to spell it, right? And I asked my wife, like, how do you think you spelled that? And what was it? It was I'm trying to remember what I was trying to say. I think it was like Ah Shibenya, that part of the intro to The Lion King. And I was like, how do you think you spell that? And she's like, the way that it's spelt. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I did not know that it's like Swahili. I can't remember if it's actually Swahili, but it's an African language. It's just not English. And I had thought like it was like not. I thought, I grew up, that was the only time I'd ever heard it in the Lion King. And so I was just dumb. And I feel really embarrassed about that, but like now I try to make sure I'm not being ignorant, and I try to make sure if I don't know something, I try to figure it out instead of making an assumption. But we're all going to make assumptions in our lives that are wrong. That's just unfortunately how things go. Tipo, this. I think I did all right. I think this looks. She doesn't have collarbones because she's of a healthy weight. Her dress is shimmery because it's satin, probably very expensive at the time. I guess silk satin is still pretty expensive, actually. Her nose is a little bit more pronounced. I'm bad at noses, so I try not to draw them. Instead, I just sort of hint at them. I'm not bad at them. I always think they're wrong. Oh, hey, yeah. Hiya. Oh. Ah, Shenya. All right, this was fun. People used to call me a lion because had a lot of hair, and my hair is really thick, so it would stick up even when it was like relatively short. Yeah, I wouldn't say you're late. We've been going for probably only 10 minutes. What time is it? Yeah, a little bit more than 10 minutes. They're fixing the heat again. Maybe this time. I heard a lot of water rushing through the heating ducts. So I don't know if they're flushing them or what. Okay. Yeah, I was going to draw myself to start. Um, but I'm happy I took this break to draw the lovely, I don't know if she's lovely. Maybe she was a monster. Shouldn't just say things. I'll get myself in more trouble. I don't get into trouble. Okay. And then, okay, good. I wasn't sure. Man, me. I draw me more than I draw any other person, which I think a lot of artists do. But I used to have a mirror in my um, where I did my art, and I do not have a mirror here anymore. So I don't draw me as much because I don't really know what I look like. No, wait, no, he did not. Take Care Adventures. Are you serious? Like, hang on. I was just talking about him. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I'm kind of blown away. Do we know why? I said why. Okay, Cancer. Damn it. Okay. I will. Let's draw him. Hey, Worthless. Welcome. Worthless to my family. Rough. My family's worthless to me, so it's kind of the same. Not all my family. I really like my brother. I have like seven siblings, but I like one of them. So that's good. Yeah, I do remember you saying cancer. I remember the prognosis wasn't great, which sucks. They're getting better and better. Hopefully this will happen less and less. All right, I will do me still. Oh, welcome from England. Oh yeah, we'll do that. There'll be time after I draw me. Uh, Capricorn. So happy belated birthday. Okay, big, bushy, untamable eyebrows. Man, I used to get made fun of so much for my ears. Oh, welcome back. And like, I don't know. What's like, kids just have big ears, right? And my ears aren't big now. Aquarius. That's what I think of every time somebody says Aquarius. Victorious, except Aquarius. You heard me. I think my hair, I don't ever draw myself with my hair down, but my hair is very much down right now, so I will draw myself with my hair down. Because I just draw how I feel. A little wispy stuck out of there that I'm annoyed by. Okay. Can't see my top lip because it's hidden by my mustache. That's a true fact. Can't see my bottom lip, but I'm drawing it anyway. Yeah, I like the mustache. I go back and forth, but I mostly like the mustache. Mustache. I don't speak good. What the heck shape is my eyes? There's a mirror. I don't have a mirror. I just said that. Oh, I'm looking for my phone, but it's that you guys are using it. I'm just gonna go with what I think my eyes look like. When you say A, did I say A? Man, British schools seem crazy. Like, not in a bad way, necessarily. I mean, I'm sure there's bad things, but just so different from like when you see American schools on TV or in movies, that was basically my experience in school. It was very, very similar to that. Like the lockers and the cliques and that whole thing. Making fun of teachers, being too friendly. One time, Oddfud and I got detention, and then we just hung out in detention. We were like, whatever. I can't remember what we got detention for. Did we cut class? Why do my eyes look so sad? Why are they so big? Okay, I should have gotten a picture. Here we go. There's like a trick you're supposed to use for eyeballs. You like draw the eyeballs, the actual balls, like gigantic, because they're much bigger than you see, and then you draw like the lids, but the eyeballs help give the shape of the face that surrounds them. I never do this. My eyes are like barely exist outside of my. It's not terrible. I got them eyelashes. I got them under eyeball. Like, what's it called? Oh, I got this thinky forehead. Okay. This is unflattering, but it's not terribly inaccurate. Okay, that's more accurate. Do I look like an old enough man? All right. James Vanderbeek. Oh man. What's up with my lip? Something like that. All right. Not thrilled with that one. I drew a cassette tape yesterday. Really liked it. I thought it looked great. Okay. Very uh like square, long, not square really, but long face. I'll put the nose there, kind of flat upper lip. I've been thinking about trying to do caricatures. I'm not going to do a caricature of Vanderbeek here, but it does remind me of. He has a like a slight smile going on, so we're going to get that in there. Not quite a dimple. Maybe it is a dimple, but big chin. I was trying to explain what. Gosh, I don't remember now. I'm so focused. Okay. Its eyes. No, that's right. So they found out there was this famous comic book artist. I cannot remember who it is. Um, and I'm not sure like if I would have to say allegedly anyway, so let's just leave it at that. There's a famous comic book artist, and he was drawing, like was well regarded, really well liked. And then there started being like I'd say rumors about him and about like he was very fast and his stuff was always very good. So that's people, especially in comics, um, it's really important to be fast. That's how you get a lot of work. If they can rely on you to like get something done by deadline, you are going to get work. And you know it'll be acceptable. So some very famous comic book artists or very prolific comic book artists, especially in the like 70s, were not super good at their job. Like they were good at their job. They weren't like super artistic. They weren't getting a lot of like detail and stuff in their work, but they were doing it fast. There was even an example where this one artist would like really change how the things were looked because it would just be easier and faster. And so the pencilers, the people who were doing the original art, they minded because like their art was getting changed to make it easier to draw. But the publishers, they didn't care. They were happy that it got done on time and they could release their book when it was supposed to be released without having to do delays or change the scheduling or anything. Anyway, that's not who I was talking about. I cannot remember his name either, so it doesn't matter. But there was this one artist, and they found that he was basically tracing everything. Not great, not terrible, Vanderbeek. All right. I think it's in the eyes that I've lost it. He has very like hooded eyes. Like he has cheekbones, but they're weird. Okay. I'm gonna do just some sort of character. This is something I used to do to warm up all the time, as I would, and in school to keep myself from being bored, is I would just draw like some sort of character doing something. So this is gonna be, I guess, I wouldn't have thought of this character as a furry before, but this is gonna be someone wearing a big um, bear costume head. So we'll give them like a, yeah, we'll hold off on that. Okay, so the head's in here, and then it'll be resting on their shoulders. So their shoulders, just like that, boom, boom. And let's give them like a shirt with a collar and everything. So that's kind of crumpled up underneath the bear costume head, the bear helmet. What is a bear head called? Ooh, is there specific terminology? Like, I want to do like a jacket, but I want the jacket to be ripped. I don't know why. Maybe this bear guy got into a fight. Something about this is reminding me of what is it called? Utopia. You guys know that? It's a British TV show, actually. It's very good. I think they did make an American version that was not very good. I want this sleeve. Where's the end of the jacket? Like here. Okay. That's the end of the jacket. That's where the pockets would be. I want this sleeve is a little bit, I want it to be kind of torn off. And then this one is normal. So it'll go to about there. Oh my gosh, there's something in my eye. So when I was young, I had to dress up regularly. We went to church, and I didn't really understand that not everybody went to church. Like I knew people, I didn't see my friends at my church, right? So I knew like they weren't probably going to the same church as me, But I sort of thought people were still going to church. I don't know if that's. I think this happens a lot. When you're young, you sort of just think everybody's life is sort of like your life. Or at least I did. I read somewhere that that's a neurodivergent thing, where you think like that people are just like you, or people think and are doing the same things you're doing. We have shoulders. Let's make this bear person hippie. Okay. Tapered leg. Oh, hi, Yasmin. Yasmin, welcome. I think you've been here before, right? Welcome back. I was gonna do bear slippers. I don't. Oh, no problem. Thanks for thanks for stopping in. I know everyone gets busy doing different things. What are you gonna do? I decided to do bear slippers, but like instead of they were gonna be little bears, but I thought instead we'll just make them bare feet. That makes actually makes more sense anyway. But I hope you've been well. I hope everything's good. Ooh, yeah. Freddie Mercury, heck yeah. I'm uh I'm not great at drawing people, but that's what I'm doing today. So that's good. I feel like I've gotten better at doing a lot of stuff I'm bad at just because I keep doing it, right? I think that's how things work. I don't think that's like a an unusual way for it to happen. But I definitely get motivated to do things I wouldn't normally do because I stream. So it's been really rewarding. All right, we'll start Freddie Mercury. I'm just going to erase these guidelines, finish this guy up. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have to hang some shelves today. I have some shelves I need to put up above my desk so I can organize my stuff because, man, my stuff is just like building up all over my desk instead of someplace where I could actually have better access to it. And we do our laundry like every couple of weeks. We have to go to the laundromat. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Mr. Freddie Mercury. Seems like a cool dude. I know there's like, a fact about Freddie Mercury that kind of blows my mind? Uh, he had like a secret daughter and nobody knew about it. And like in today's age, that feels practically impossible. Okay, let me make sure let's get I'm just going to do the basics real quick. We'll have him, and there's a famous pose that I think of when I think of Freddie Mercury. He's like looking up, sort of singing at the sky, holding the microphone. I think he's more leaning back. Let's see. Okay, shoulder, shoulder. This will be like chest, which will be the shirt, the famous what we would call a wife beater, but I think is called a vest in other parts of the world. Let's get the shape of the body in there. You know what I need to do is I need to get on with I should have done that today. I have a book of anatomy for artists that I've been trying to get myself to learn. Because I need to. Head back. Face up. Sing into the void. Power arm. Okay, what's a fist look like? Pinky. Something like that. We'll get back to that. Oh, and then he has like the microphone. So his mustache, his mouth will be here. The microphone will be here. And his other hand will be holding the microphone. Like hands do. I try to always go from both directions when I put a person's hand in because I'm so bad at figuring out where they're like foreshortening is hard. So like I don't just go down and then to the arm. I try to go from the shoulder and then from the hand also. Because like I don't know, I say this all the time too, like it's important that it looks right even if it's not exactly correct because it's better to look right. Okay, so there's a famous picture of Captain America It's by the comic book artist I was talking about before. And it looks so wrong. It looks anatomically totally off. It looks just kind of doofy, really. But it's anatomically correct. People have been making fun of it for years. And when you tell people it's anatomically correct, they think you're an idiot. But if you take that picture and you lay it over people doing these bodybuilding poses, it's actually, you can find it's traced from a bodybuilder. So it's like really, really anatomically correct because it's actually a tracing. Okay, we gotta fix this arm. Does not look good. It's too long in the arm. So what we're gonna do is that's about where the arm should end. So let's just turn how the microphone is shaped or direction it's pointing. We can move his hand down to here. We don't see that eye. Gosh, hands suck. Okay. This this is dumb. I made a dumb mistake. I should have done him more in my caricature style, but it's fine. His chest should hide a decent part of this arm. More like that. Hello, hello. Okay, we're getting there. I'm gonna move. I've drawn the wrist here, I think prematurely. I think the arm is good now. It feels right. I think this part of the arm, I think the chest, little chesty hair, I think that's good. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I think I needed to hear that today. I really appreciate it. Okay. One thing I struggle with is, oh yeah, so I was saying it's better to do something that looks anatomically correct than is anatomically correct. I can't do either, but I'm trying. What does his hair look like? Like that? He had a pretty, not receding hairline, but like short. This does not look right. Where's his? Whoops. Okay, yeah. That hair is too much. There we go. That's the other eye. We don't see it at all because it's behind his face. This is the nose. We do see that. We'll see the bottom of the nose. There we go. And we'll see this eyebrow. And something that always gets me messed up is there's like a sort of hole in the face where the eye is, or like an impression. That's important to keep it in there, otherwise things look weird. Oh, also is like he's all scrunched up because his eyes, he's like singing and he's in like, we'll do this jawline just to kind of, okay, man, hold this microphone. How do hands work? It's this hand, so we'll see the thumb is like gonna be here or behind it. Yeah, let's say the thumb is behind it. So we would see maybe the top of the thumb here. Wait. Yeah. Yes. Pointing in that direction. Good, good, good. And put, okay, let's move the wrist down. Two fingers here. I'm struggling with this hand. I struggle with most hands. It's gonna be just a fist. Gosh, I'm really dying on this hand here. They say don't try to draw the hand by making each individual thing. Try to draw the hand by drawing the shape of the hand. Okay, so I always think, when I think of a hand, I think of this. And like you go up pretty much straight from the arm through the pinky, and it's this side of the hand that goes out. But if you're holding something like this, it's kind of the opposite. So maybe that's why I've been, so let's say the wrist is here, which is a fine place for the wrist. Then this would be the thumb part and the hand part, the fist part, and then this is the part that goes out, which feels unusual. And then the thumb part goes behind the microphone, microphony thing. The handle, is it the handle? I guess so. Yeah, I feel much better. That really kind of brought it together. I'll do the individual finger bumps. I messed them up, but they're there. And that's so this is all back of hand. There's no fingers. We're not seeing any fingers. We're probably only seeing like the pinky sticking out here. And then he has like, doesn't the microphone have like a stick that comes out of it? A baseless microphone. Yeah, I don't hate this hand. I think I did all right. I just have to keep practicing. Humans are never my forte, but I'm getting better. And like I said, I got that anatomy book, so maybe I'll do a stream where I just go through the anatomy book and be bad at drawing it. That's how you get better, is you be bad at things. Well, all right. I'm gonna draw something else. Hmm. All right, we've done a lot of guys. We did me, we did Vanderbeek, we did Freddie Mercury. Oh, we did Lizzie Schuler, Skylar. And we did that bear character, which I can't seem to find. All right, we did the bear. Oh, welcome back, Oddpud. What time is it? Okay, no, I still have time. We just did Freddie Mercury. So tell me it's not terrible. All right. I like this bear guy. I'm gonna do. Let's do. Don't stop me now. Let's do another one of those caricature kind of characters I do. It's too big. Well, okay. Shoulders, boom, boom. Hips, boom, boom. Okay. I don't know when. I took a fashion illustration class and they talked about doing shoulders and hips first to like give the whole shape of the body. Useful. I like it a lot. I still do it on many of my illustrations. Okay. Oh, okay. The hips have to be a little bit more offset for this, but so be it. Circus peoples. Okay, what kind of a circus peoples would this person be? We could make her a bearded lady. Oh, we can make her a lion tamer. Let's do that. She's already standing in a kind of defiant way. We'll give her like boots. We'll deal with that in a second. Boom, 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 boom. Boots, 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 boots. We'll do the boots like my boots, and they'll be folded down with the classy, whatever the heck I did to my boots. Love it though. What there's like a, is this a style, like a pirate style or something? It's just, all right. Hmm. Oh, a whole live stream of circus people. Well, geez. Sure. Yeah, that sounds great. Now I have Queen stuck in my head. Stripy socks sounds good. Let's do, yeah, like, let's do big, ridiculous stripy socks. Ridiculously good, not. Okay, boom, boom. Let's do a fold down. I guess, yeah, I was just trying to think of how I'm gonna draw the stripes on these socks and just carefully. Up and down also, which was not what I originally thought, but I think is funny. I I really like doing folded cloth and fabric. I'm getting better and better at it. I think it takes a lot of thinking, unlike all the other drawing I do. Did you tell them that there's no hot water? Gosh, I would never. I don't even know. I can't I would just assume yes. I think would be my life. Just get curry soap. You want me to come? I'll come into work when I pick you up, and I'll say like, I was just wondering, do you guys have any recommendations for good soap? I've just been, I guess I'm gonna do, where's the belly button? Like here. Yeah, I think that's more likely. Does somebody else have the same phone as you, especially? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't get so shaky, shaky. I don't know what she's doing with her other hand. Like, is she adjusting something on the wrist of this hand, maybe? Maybe like she has another one of these. She's pulling tighter, whatever this is. A future device. Eh, I don't need to be up in her business. She can do whatever she wants. Okay, I need to give her a little bit more of a neck. All right, that's enough. Chin, top of head. I guess she's blowing a bubble. Who knew? Hmm. Okay, I like everything a lot on this one. Probably one of the best drawings I've done for just like a random eyebrow, eyebrow, ear. I'm gonna do no ear for now. Figure the ears out later. Okay, nose to eyebrow line. Boom, boom. So this is where the eyes go. I feel like I always mess up my eye placement. And then I'm like, this drawing's great. And then I look at it tomorrow, and I swear to God, I look at my drawings tomorrow, and it's like, I think it looks amazing. And then tomorrow, it's like nose, mouth, left eye. And I'm like, everything's good. And then I look at the right eye, and it's like, why do I think that's right? It happens so often. And it'll be like eyebrow. Like the eyebrows will even be right. I was like, what am I thinking? And I don't know why I don't catch it at the time. It's so doofy. All right, let me finish up our lovely Lisa here. Give her some. Yeah, it sounded like something fell last night, so friggin' loud. But when I went looking to see what fell, I could not find anything. So I think it might have been one of our neighbors. I was thinking maybe doing some sort of mullet for her here, but I don't think so. I think fully shaved head, cut off horns, give some saw marks on those horns, harns. And there's people outside yelling about something about traffic. Like a road rage. There's a road rage outside. Okay, they might just be complaining. I thought they were arguing. Complaining is the most normal thing in the world after you drive. People suck at driving. All right, I think we do have to give hers. Oh, we could do a tank girl. This was not my intention, but I just thought about doing like long floppy ears because I was trying to think of different ears I could do so I didn't have to draw human ears because they're kind of boring and I feel like I mess them up all the time. But that got me thinking about doing floppy ears because I do a lot of floppy ears for other things. And then that got me thinking like, oh my God, like didn't Tank Girl had floppy ears? With the, like, and then she kind of has a Tank Girl vibe. She's not Tank Girl by any means, but she kind of has a vibe. What kind of an animal has horns and also big floppy ears? Anybody? Not that I can think of, but I'm not a zoologist or a veterinarian. I don't mind that. I was thinking about making her more, have some more tactical, and I just thought we could do like a tactical belt. I think a tactical belt on this outfit is kind of funny. It reminds me a lot of like Lara Croft. Is her name Lara? Lara Croft. Okay. I think I've heard a piece of trivia about Lara Croft, and it does seem to be true. And it is that they were gonna name her Lara, but they didn't think it would be popular in the United States because they didn't think the US had the name Laura. And I think it's probably down to like misunderstanding accents, miscommunicating accents. Because, like, of course, we have the name Laura. This even was very popular at the time. So then they named her Lara. And I wonder if that's just not how they heard us pronounce Laura. So Laura is the American way to pronounce Laura. I'm trying to think what a British person would say for Lara, 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 Lara. Yeah, I bet you they just thought they were, they thought we were saying Lara, when we were actually saying Laura. I say we. I was like 9 at the time. The time's at 5:30. Nobody's here. I'm going to color this bubble gum and then I'm going to go. I'm going to erase some of these guidelines, color the bubble gum, and then I am going to go. I need to do more people like this. This was fun. I was kind of thinking also of doing the horns. Yeah, I'm going to do those horns and then. Oh, that's great, Olivia. Were they a badass? It's having a badass bus driver, I'd say, is pretty important. It's better than having a bad bus driver, that's for sure. I feel like so I took the bus all through school and through most of high school. And then I continued to take the bus. I didn't like driving very much, so I continued to take the bus for a long time. I've had some pretty great bus drivers and some pretty terrible bus drivers. Hello, hello. You caught me just as I'm about to head out, but I thank you for stopping in. I can show you some of the other stuff we did today. We did this one. We did a sketch of Freddie Mercury. We did a scribble of me as a self-portrait. We did a Lizzie Schuyler from Hamilton. And we did this guy, another original sketch. This is just a sad, crazy, weird bear guy. And this is just an original character, I guess. I was just sketching somebody. I don't even know. I just started with the body shape and then went from there. Because I had just done this guy, also original. And I was thinking, like, this is like a tall, skinny person. So I wanted to do like somebody with big hips instead, just as like a difference. And so that's why I did her. But I am unfortunately leaving. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you subscribe. You'll see me. I do live streams a few times a week and I do shorts. All right. Bye. Thanks, everybody.